Welcome back to Coxie Tutorials, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well today. This is actually my second attempt at making this tutorial. Sorry if you guys tried to watch it and I've taken it back off because I actually made the other tutorial at 1:30 this morning and I was just so friggin' tired. I had a massive day at work yesterday and yeah, it was pretty terrible. I did some pretty random shit in that tutorial. So yeah, this one hopefully is going to be a bit better. I've got about half an hour to spare now, so I'm going to go through this. Yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well since last time. I've been pretty good. I've been working hard, both my jobs. In my game development, I'm still working on a project with my best mate, and we're actually making a 2D side scroller. And yeah, we've really been putting in a lot of hours into that as well as working our day jobs. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to showing you guys sort of how the game's going at some stage and getting some feedback to see what you think. I know 2D games aren't everyone's thing, but hopefully you guys can give me some feedback, constructive, about what you think of the actual game. We think it's pretty cool, so I hope you guys like it. Anyway, let's get started on this tutorial. Today we're gonna put a muzzle flash on the gun, we're gonna add some sound, and we're gonna make a shell casing come out of the actual chamber when the gun shoots. So that should be pretty cool. So let's get started. What I've done, I've got this muzzle flash here that I've made, and if you go into your standard assets, particle systems, if you don't have these, just go to assets, import package, and grab your particle systems there. And in the in the particle system prefabs, this flare one is the one I used. I actually saw Brackies do this ages ago. I used to watch a lot of Brackies videos when I first started on Unity, and it taught me a lot. So I highly recommend you check out his tutorials if you haven't already. So I think mine maybe was a little bit different than the one he did. I'll just put this on the hang on. I'll put this on the first person character. No, I won't. I'll put it on the gun. Let's put it on the gun. Okay, so it's on there. And if you just want to copy these values here to get it the same, the emission, I can't really remember. I did this about 3 weeks ago. I jumped on and quickly started mucking around with some stuff. So just make sure your values are the same as these ones. Just pause it and copy them down. I don't think the shape or anything like that's been changed. Color over lifetime. You can mess around with the color over lifetime if you want. If you just click on that, you can click on this one here and change the color. And basically what this is doing, as you can see, it starts off transparent, it gets darker, and then it fades out just like a muzzle flash should. So yeah, you can mess around with that. I recommend you make a copy of it first and make sure it's not a prefab of this one if you're going to change it around. So if you make a mistake, you can just use the one that's still good. Sub emitters, pretty sure that's all the same. It's what it is as the flare. Renderer, I'm pretty sure that's the same as well. So it has a child, which is the smoke, and I've just messed around with these values and got the smoke how I want. You can do yours however you want. As you can see, the muzzle flash isn't actually on the gun where it should be, so we'll fix that right now. So yeah, you guys go ahead and get the smoke looking however you want. So if we click on the muzzle flash and try to get a better view, I'll just move this up to the end of the barrel and try to position it so it looks good. I just might make it a tiny bit higher. Yeah, that's better. As you can see, so it plays the flash really fast and then some smoke comes up. I've probably got too much smoke, but just adjust yours how you like. And then I'm just going to make sure this isn't a prefab anymore, so I'm going to break the prefab instance, and I'm going to click on the first person controller, and I'm going to change this to player, and then I'm just going to make a prefab of this actual player down here. I know we've got the FPS controller, we don't need that anymore, just get rid of that. So we've got our player down here as well. And also what I wanted to show you guys is this effect examples that I've got. I got this off the asset store, and these are really cool free particle systems that you can get, and I'm pretty sure it's not actually called effect examples. It's actually under particle systems, and it's just a Unity particle systems. Get free, and it's this one. Where the hell is it? There, this one here. So yeah, that's the effect examples I've got there, and we're going to use a particle system out of there as well in this episode, so I recommend you go and download that. There's also a muzzle flash in here. If you go to weapon effects, there's a muzzle flash there as well, so you can use that if you want. If you can't be bothered making your own, just use theirs. Theirs doesn't have smoke coming off it, so maybe you can just grab the smoke off the flare particle system and hook that up and use that as well. So just do whatever you want basically. So we got that, and what we'll do is we'll just get this muzzle flash working. This muzzle flash, when you play it, it only flashes for a split second and then turns off anyway, but the code we're going to write, you'll be able to use it for any muzzle flash you want. It doesn't really matter about its burst rate or anything like that, because this will just flick it on and then flick it off really fast. So it'll save a lot of work if you've got a different particle system for a muzzle flash or you want to make your own. So yeah, let's do it. Pistol. And in here we'll just do weapon effects, and then muzzle flash. And you can make this a serialized field and keep it private, or you can just make it public. So public particle system muzzle flash, and then we'll just make sure it stops when the game starts. So muzzle flash dot stop. And if you had any other particle system, this will be really handy, because you don't want it to just play when the game starts and show the muzzle flash when you're not actually shooting. And the way we're going to set this up, I think it's just really easy and it works really well. So you can instantiate the muzzle flash if you want, but I'm not a massive fan of doing it like that. This way I think is a lot better, because when you move the player around, the muzzle flash stays at the end of the barrel. It doesn't move around. Like if you instantiated the muzzle flash at the end of the barrel there and you're moving left, it would still be there, and I just don't like doing that. There's ways you can fix it, but this is just really simple. So what we're going to do is just make a coroutine. So I enumerator, we'll call it weapon effects, because we're also going to add something else to this. And we'll say muzzle flash dot play yield return new wait for end of frame. So we're not going to wait for seconds, we're going to wait for end of the frame. So the muzzle flash is going to play, and then regardless of how you have it set up, it's just going to wait to the end of that frame, and then it's going to switch it off, because we're going to say muzzle flash dot stop again. And then under here we can just say start coroutine weapon effects and save that. And then if we go in and just hold the, oh, we got to put it in the slot, sorry. Did you notice that blood that come up over here? It just came out. When I had the beta version of Unity, I was actually going to, I was mucking around with making blood come out of the enemy when we shot him, and for some reason the blood has stayed in the scene. It always spawns there, but the actual blood particles, they're not actually in the hierarchy. So it glitched out, and now I can't get rid of it. So don't worry about that. I've actually changed my version of Unity to 2017 1.0 F3, but it still hasn't got rid of the particle effect coming down here. So anyway, that's why the blood spawns over here. Let's put the muzzle flash particles in the slot, and just apply that prefab change. Now it should work. So yeah, you hold the trigger down, and if you move around, it still spawns at the end of the gun like that, and it looks really nice. I like it. So yeah. Now what we're going to do is, I've got an audio clip here. So it plays the gun shooting, and then the shell casing falls to the ground. So this is a free sound, and I'm still not sure whether I edited it or not, but I could have possibly edited it from whatever it was before, but I can't really remember. So I'll put this in the link. I'll have a link to Google Drive or Dropbox, and you can go grab this if you want, or just use your own sound. But the reason I've got the shell casing to fall out is we're actually going to add a particle system that makes the shell casing fall out, which is why we have these effect examples, because it actually has the cartridge ejection prefab. So we'll do the sound first. So we could use the audio source on the player and find that through the pistol script, but I think we'll just have a different one, and just add an audio source to the actual gun, and we'll go back into our code, and we'll just say gun audio, space. So we need the audio source. We don't, yeah, actually we do need an audio source, most definitely. Audio source, and we'll call it gun AS for gun audio source. And we could just play it straight from the audio source, but we'll make a audio clip in case we want to have different sounds. Audio clip, gun, shoot, audio clip. Even if you wanted to have different sounds, like different audio clips, you could actually have a sound in the audio source. Like we could just put this gun sound in this in the audio clip of the audio source, and then we could have other audio clips on here and play them as well. But we'll just do it like this. So we need to find the audio source, which is going to be easy because it's on the gun. So audio source equals get component audio source. Okay, no, gun audio source equals get component audio source. And I suppose we could put it in our coroutine. No, we won't do that because it'll probably cut the sound off. So we will put it just here and say gun audio source dot play one shot, and it was shoot audio clip. Save that, and we're going to need to put the audio clip in, and it's not coming up. Okay, why is it doing that? Don't have any errors. It's a bit weird. It's a bit of a bug by the looks. Let's have a look. Did I make it public? No, I didn't. That's why. Oops, not the audio source. The audio clip. Sorry, guys. Definitely need it public. And now we should have a slot. So drag and drop that in there. Apply that change. And we should have sound now. Alright, so that's fine. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add this shell casing. So in the effect examples and weapon effects, prefabs, cartridge ejection, put that on the pistol. Going to break the prefab instance of this and then just add it to our player's prefab. And what we need to do with this is, first of all, we need to position it. It's going to come out of here. How far away is it? Yeah, that's pretty good. And just get this so I can see it pretty well. And as you can see, it's shooting backwards. I've got this on local, so I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before. I probably have a million times. But when it's on global, the transform is the actual world space transform in the game world. And if you have it on local, it's the actual transform of these objects, the local transform. So the local transform is Z for facing forward. I've been getting confused because all I've been doing lately is working in 2D in Unity, and X is the forward axis in 2D. So yeah, anyway, let's turn this around to -90. So if you've got it on local transform up here, you'll see you want the X facing straight out the way you want it to go. And we also need to make sure the simulation space here says world. We want to change that to local as well. And I think that was about it for now. Let's have a look. Okay, so now it pops out of there. Maybe just put it down a little bit. Put it in there. Yeah, just like that, we'll be fine. So yeah, to do this is also very easy. We'll just do the same as what we did here. We'll just copy that and eject bullet casing, and then just copy that one. Call it bullet casing, and all we need to do now is just put it in our weapon effects Oh, hang on. We'll make sure we stop it just in case on start as well. Bullet casing dot stop. May as well grab that. Just because I'm really lazy, and chuck it in there, and then bullet casing play. So we play the bullet casing and then we stop it after the wait for end of frame. So exactly the same as our muzzle flash, and then we don't need to call it because it's already been called in our weapon effects here with the actual muzzle flash. So super simple. Save that and go back, and we need to put it in the actual slot. So grab it and chuck it in there, apply the changes. If we play the game now, all good. So that works fine. Okay, so that's a lot better than the tutorial I made last night. It still wasn't fantastic, but I hope you guys learned something and found it interesting. And yeah, thanks heaps for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Okay guys, cheers.